Hi, folks. So, in that program Amadeus, oh yes, we can see that if you want to destroy someone and you pretend to be their friend to get close to them, yeah, indeed. And if that story was true, which I don't think it probably is, but if that story was true, Mozart wouldn't be the last person that happened to. With a lot of famous people, there's a lot of jealous people around them who want to destroy them. So therefore, they don't look so bad themselves. Because in that program, Amadeus, yeah, the person who wants to destroy him is because he can't write an opera like Mozart could. So therefore, at one point he says to God, I will stop trying to destroy him if you give me the same talent. Well, basically, if you give me an opera as good as he has done, I will stop. Right? Well, at no point in time is God going to be saying yes to that. You're threatening God. Or trying to threat God, saying, if you don't do this, I'm going to kill him. What are you going to do? God would say, okay, do it. Because, if you kill that person's issues are done. But your issues aren't done. Because what was that person doing? He was judging, condemning, not forgiving. Right? And as I said, there's a lot of people who've done the same with people with more talent. Try to, torture that person to stop their talent. Yeah. It is what it is, and I say, with all this stuff, we are where we are in life, but in life we have to understand that the same things have been happening all the time, because they have. We think now we are better than people years ago. No, we're not. We're the same. We've got the same issues. They thought they were better than people before. Just like us, well, like young people think, people in the past were worse than them. No, they weren't. They weren't worse at all. They had issues. Most of the people in the past, their issues were different. But, they had worse issues than most people. Most women lost babies at that time. Well, some of them lost 5 or 6 babies. Because, of course, at that time, if you had sex with someone, you couldn't do anything about them not to be pregnant. Now, you can stop that. They couldn't do that then. So therefore, But don't we think we are so different? No. No. The mistakes that they did, we're doing the same mistakes. As I said the other day, the church has done the same mistakes as the Jewish people did. Well, because we're humans. So of course we're making the same mistakes because people are so stupid. As I said, basically, if you talk to someone and say, okay, talk to me for an hour, right? If you talk to a young person, saying to the young person, talk to me for 4 hours and learn from my mistakes, so therefore you won't do the same mistakes. They would say no. I won't listen. I will do my mistakes. And that's why the mistakes are the same. Because we don't learn. We don't learn from the past. Because again, if we think we're better, then will we learn about how they were doing things and mistakes they were doing? No, because we think we're better. Right? It's so stupid. That's why everything goes round and round and round and round and round. Yeah, and it's the same mistakes all the time. Same silly things that people are doing. Being jealous about other people and their talent. Yeah. Well, come on. I mean, years ago, I don't know if it really happened or it was just stories. Yeah, the witch trials. I don't know if that was really true, but it probably was. It's because the religious people wanted the power. They wanted all the power, so they were judging everyone. And if someone says this woman is a witch, tell that person, no, you're lying. That person will be offended and will tell other people, those religion people don't care about that woman being a witch. I told them that woman is a witch and they said I was lying. Right? So they had to kill the woman who was supposed to be a witch. Because again, they didn't want to offend those people who were saying those women were witches. Right? Now churches are banning people because someone offended someone. And they won't talk truth to people because they know, as I say, Rick Harris, he thinks he is a pastor and a teacher, but he's not. For him and most pastors. Because he's not the worst at all. No, of course not. No. Nowhere near the worst. But it's not all of them, really. They're basically the same. They're making the same mistakes as people in the past. So therefore, again, he could tell Carly that judging me and wanting me to be banned is wrong. Because she didn't do what God said. Right? She didn't do God's way, she did it the world's way. So therefore, he should say to her, you're wrong, but he won't. If he thinks it's possible that she could go to hell for that, will he tell her? No. Because telling her that she was wrong, he could be sacked for that. He knows that. And no, that can't happen. No. It's better for her to go to hell than him to be sacked. Of course. Well, actually, the way they think is, okay, maybe right now she's in the road or the path going to hell, but hopefully God will change things and things will be different, and then she can change, or I can help her to change her path. That's how they think. But would that happen? No chance at all. No chance. God is not going to change things for those people. Because they choose their path. God doesn't choose your path. You choose your path. And, again, the people in that church, they choose the person who's going to be the pastor and teacher. Right? If they want to choose someone who's of the world, they do it. And they've chosen 2 people. The last one before Rick was of the world. Rick is of the world. So therefore they want someone of the world to be the pastor and teacher. Okay. But again, that's their choice. God won't change that. But again, they're making the same mistakes as people, as a religious people years ago. It's the same sort of mistake. But again, it is what it is. We are where we are in that, aren't we, really? As I say, it's very, very stupid. Because it's people caring about what other people say. Why? Again, if you're supposed to be a religious person, then you should care about what God says, not what people say. Because you should understand the people don't know. They don't know, so therefore whatever they say, it doesn't matter. Tomorrow they're going to say something completely different. So therefore it's like newspapers. Who cares about what the newspaper is saying? Because, a few days later they're saying something completely different. So therefore they change the stories all the time. It's just a story. So therefore, who cares about the story? But right now, people care about the story because they care about what other people think. Because, again, they want people to be pleased with them. And the religious people that were killing witches cared about how the people would think about them. Because they wanted the power and they wanted the money from people. And so therefore, there's different reasons about caring about what people think. But it's still the same mistake. You're judging people, condemning people, and not forgiving people because you care more about what other people think than what God thinks. And that's going to still happen. All the mistakes are going to happen again unless we learn. And we don't want to learn. So therefore, I met so many people that don't want to learn. And that's cool. That's up to them. I've never met anyone that really wants to learn. I've not met anyone. Not at all. Not as yet. There are people that want to learn, but I've not met anyone. I've not met one of them yet. But there are people who want to learn. But we are where we are about all of that. So, I wish you well. You take care, God bless, and go deeper. Be someone who wants to learn. Be different. Love God and love what God wants things to be done and His way.